हॅलो फ्रेंड्स, आपण शिकतोय ऑक्सिडेशन रिएक्शन्स ऑफ अल्डिहाइड. फेलिंग सोल्युशन नंतर आज सेकंड ऑक्सिडायझिंग एजंट आपण घेतोय, तो आहे ऍक्शन ऑफ टोलेन्स रिएजंट. फेलिंग सोल्युशन, टोलेन्स रिएजंट, skip reagent, these are the oxidizing agent. Now our second reaction, action of Tollens reagent, that is oxidizing agent on aldehyde. Therefore these are the oxidation reaction of aldehyde. So firstly, what is Tollens reagent or how it is prepared? So Tollens reagent is ammonical solution of silver nitrate. Silver nitrate, that is AgNO3. AgNO3 is the formula of silver nitrate. The ammonical solution, it means when AgNO3 silver nitrate added in ammonium hydroxide. Therefore, the mixture of AgNO3 silver nitrate and NH4OH ammonium hydroxide, this mixture is called Tollens reagent. So, in one sentence, it is ammonical solution of silver nitrate. It is prepared when silver nitrate dissolved in added in ammonium hydroxide, that is NH4OH. Now the mixture of this silver nitrate and ammonium hydroxide, that mixture is called Tollens reagent. And who is the Tollens reagent? Tollens reagent is also an oxidizing agent like that of failing solution. Tollens reagent is oxidizing agent like that of failing solution. So what is the role of Tollens reagent with aldehyde? Tollens reagent oxidizes aldehyde. It means when Tollens reagent reacted with aldehyde, aldehyde oxidizes into corresponding carboxylate anion like that of failing. Here aldehyde oxidizes by Tollens reagent. Aldehyde oxidizes into corresponding carboxylate ion. This is a very important reaction. Look toward the reaction. What happened when aldehyde that reacted with Tollens reagent, or what is the action of Tollens reagent on aldehyde? So when aldehyde RCHO, we are going to discuss the ionic equation of that action. Now RCHO aldehyde when reacted with Tollens reagent. So the important part of the Tollens reagent is that AgNH3 by 2 plus complex. Here the two ions of AgNH3 by 2 plus complex. This is the complex from it is obtained. Here the silver atom in silver nitrate. Here is the NH4 ion. So therefore NH3 group can be obtained from NH4. So when AgNO3 added in NH4OH, these ions are formed, which firstly two molecules of AgNH3 by 2 plus complex. This is called silver amine complex. Silver amine complex. Silver amine complex obtained by the action of silver nitrate in ammonium hydroxide with thrice of OH. Therefore, these two parts, that is AgNH3 by 2 plus complex and thrice of OH minus OH from that NH4 contain OH. So that OH coming from NH4OH. So therefore that complete part twice of AgNH3 by 2 plus thrice of OH minus ion, that is called as Tollens reagent. We know the only active part of reagent that take part in the reaction. So the important active part of Tollens reagent, this is these two ions, that AgNH3 by 2 plus and thrice of OH minus, and both ion obtained from the action of silver nitrate with NH4OH when we dissolve AgNO3 silver nitrate in ammonium hydroxide. These ions are obtained, and these ions combinedly called as Tollens reagent because they have an important role in the reaction. So what about the reaction? When this Tollens reagent added with aldehyde, that Tollens reagent oxidizes aldehyde into corresponding carboxylate ion, RCOO minus ion minus charge, therefore it is ion. Especially it is a carboxylate anion. Here carboxylate ion is specially carboxylate anion. So how the aldehyde oxidizes? When Tollens reagent added with aldehyde, aldehyde oxidizes into corresponding carboxylate ion, that is anion. Now here how the aldehyde oxidizes? That one oxygen atom from OH get added in the aldehyde. Therefore here is RCO. Here RCOO minus. It means the addition of one oxygen atom takes place in the structure of aldehyde from the Tollens reagent. Therefore, addition of oxygen is oxidation. We know the reaction in which addition of oxygen atom takes place. That is oxidation. And similarly, the removal of hydrogen also called as oxidation. So here, this hydrogen atom from aldehyde again. Here RCO again gives O. Therefore, RCOO minus. And this hydrogen get removed. Therefore, addition of oxygen takes place and removal of hydrogen takes place. Therefore, this is oxidation. So here aldehyde oxidizes into corresponding carboxylate ion. But we know that from the previous reaction, from previous lecture, aldehyde itself oxidizes, but it reduces to other, because aldehyde is a good reducing agent, not a ketone. Because ketone do not contain free hydrogen atom to the carbonyl carbon. But aldehyde contain free hydrogen atom to the carbonyl carbon. Therefore, aldehyde can add the hydrogen atom to other. Therefore, addition of hydrogen is reduction. So, don't be confused. Aldehyde itself undergoes oxidation. But aldehyde reduces. Aldehyde reduces for which? Tollens reagent. But which part of Tollens reagent? Silver ion. Here silver having +1 oxidation state in the complex. So from the Tollens reagent, aldehyde reduces silver ion. Which ion? Silver ion into metallic silver. Here the byproduct is metallic silver with carboxylate ion. The important note here aldehyde reduces silver ion +1 ion into silver, but which? Metallic silver having 0 oxidation state. We know the decreasing oxidation state. Here +1, here 0. It means oxidation state decreases. So decreasing oxidation state. Therefore here silver ion undergoes reduction. Silver ion undergoes reduction. So aldehyde itself oxidizes into carboxylate ion, but aldehyde reduces which ion? Tollens reagent, the part that is silver ion, into which silver? That is the metallic silver. Metallic silver. And it is a grey-black in color. Grey-black in color. Which? Metallic silver is grey-black in color. The important note for this reaction, when if this reaction carried out in glass test tube, so then the metallic silver produced that form coating inside the glass test tube. What happened? The metallic silver obtained as byproduct in the reaction with carboxylate. Metallic silver having color grey-black. When this test carried out in glass test tube, then this metallic silver deposited in inner side of the glass test tube. And when we look that test tube from outside, that test tube, the glass of that test tube appear like a mirror. Therefore, the important note for this reaction, this test is called as silver mirror test. Silver mirror test. So the question can be asked again. Explain silver mirror test. So what about the silver mirror test? The action of Tollens reagent on aldehyde, in which aldehyde oxidizes into corresponding carboxylate ion, but aldehyde reduces silver ion into metallic silver. The metallic silver is obtained is in grey black in color. If the test is carried out in glass test tube, then this grey black precipitate of that silver deposited in the inner side of the test tube. And when we look that test tube from outside, the glass of test tube appears look like a mirror. So therefore, the test is also called as silver mirror test. Now that is the important action of Tollens reagent on aldehyde. Here byproduct is ammonia and water. Now therefore, that is the action of Tollens reagent on aldehyde, the important oxidizing agent. So remember the reaction. So what is the action of Tollens reagent on aldehyde? When aldehyde reacted with Tollens reagent, or Tollens reagent when act with aldehyde, aldehyde oxidizes into corresponding carboxylate ion, but aldehyde reduces metallic silver, and aldehyde reduces silver ion into metallic silver. This reaction is also called as silver mirror test. Now, after the Tollens reagent, the third reaction of oxidation of aldehyde is action of skip reagent. Now, third reagent is skip reagent. Skip reagent is also similarly oxidizing agent, as like the Fehling and Tollens reagent. So, this is also important reaction. This is the identification test of aldehyde. How aldehyde can be identified in laboratory. So, firstly, what is skip reagent? SCHIEEF, skip reagent. So, skip reagent actually a solution of para-rose aniline hydrochloride. So, what is skip reagent? Skip reagent is para-rose aniline hydrochloride, which is deep reddish purple in color. Which color? Deep reddish purple in color. That is also called as magenta in color. So para-rose aniline is deep reddish purple, that is magenta in color. So when the SO2 gas that passes through this deep reddish purple color para-rose aniline hydrochloride with skip reagent, which gas? SO2 gas passes through the para-rose aniline hydrochloride, that is through the skip reagent. For which purpose? For the decolorization. So for removal of the color of the skip reagent, because skip reagent having deep reddish purple, that is magenta color. So when SO2 gas that passes through deep reddish purple color of that skip reagent, the colorless solution of the skip reagent is obtained. Which type of solution? The colorless solution, of which that skip reagent is obtained. So now such colorless skip reagent solution when added with aldehyde, because this is the identification test of aldehyde. So when colorless solution of skip reagent when added with aldehyde, if the pink coloration is obtained in the reaction after addition of colorless skip reagent on aldehyde, if the taste of color, if the color of the reaction that is pink, so here pink coloration is obtained in the reaction, so this is the identification of aldehyde. If you take so different organic compound on which we added the skip reagent, no one can turn skip reagent, colorless skip reagent into pink. Only aldehyde can turn the colorless skip reagent into pink color of the solution of the reaction. So this is a laboratory identification test of aldehyde, in which when skip reagent is added to aldehyde, the pink coloration is obtained. Now that about the third oxidizing agent, that is skip reagent. Now the last and important oxidation reaction of both aldehyde and ketone, that is haloform reaction. Haloform reaction. So what is the definition of haloform reaction? How it is carried out? What happened here, aldehyde and ketone. So when aldehyde and ketone, definition of haloform reaction, when aldehyde and ketone, the reaction can show by the aldehyde as well as ketone, but one condition, important condition is there. So aldehyde and ketones that contain at least one methyl, not for all aldehyde, not for all ketone, but for only that aldehyde, for that only ketone, that must contain a one methyl group that attached to the carbonyl carbon. This is the important reaction. The important note is here. Haloform reaction can show by only that aldehyde or ketone that contain at least one methyl group that directly attached to the carbonyl carbon, not for all aldehyde and ketone. When such aldehyde and ketone that contain at least one methyl group attached to carbonyl carbon, when reacted with sodium hypohalite, which reagent? Sodium hypohalite, formula NaOX. Here oxygen atom, therefore hypo, and for X halite, sodium hypohalite. The sodium hypohalite obtained from the reaction of NaOH with halogen. The sodium hypohalite is not directly taken in the reaction. Actually, it is formed in the reaction between NaOH and halogen. We will discuss in the reaction. So when aldehyde and ketone that contain at least one methyl, when reacted with sodium hypohalite, that is NaOX, then the reaction use haloform. Which product is obtained? Haloform. General formula CHX3. Example. For example, X is halogen is chlorine. So formula is ClCl3. That is the haloform. That is called as chloroform. Which are the example of haloform? CH in place of X, if Cl, CHCl3, chloroform. If there is a iodine, the formula is CHI3, iodoform. This is called haloform. This haloform, chloroform, iodoform, that obtained as product in this reaction. With byproduct, corresponding sodium salt of carboxylic acid. Here, the sodium salt of carboxylic acid is obtained with the haloform. Due to the formation of haloform as product in the reaction, this reaction is called haloform reaction. Here, sodium hypohalite is an oxidizing agent, and that aldehyde ketone that oxidizes into sodium salt of carboxylic acid with important product haloform. So therefore, this is the oxidation reaction. And who is the oxidizing agent in this reaction? Sodium hypohalite is the oxidizing agent. Now, what is the definition of haloform? You remember the definition? When aldehyde and ketone that contain at least one methyl group that attached to the carbonyl carbon, when reacted with sodium hypohalite, reaction gives haloform with sodium salt of carboxylic acid, the reaction called as haloform reaction. So we are going to discuss this reaction. General reaction RCOCS3. We know what we want. We want at least one CS3 group, that is methyl group, attached to the carbonyl carbon. If this R is hydrogen, then this formula is for aldehyde. And if R is any alkyl group, methyl, ethyl and propyl, then that formula for ketone. So it may be aldehyde, it may be ketone. But which type of aldehyde ketone? The aldehyde ketone that contain at least one methyl. When this aldehyde and ketone that contain at least one methyl, when heated with NaOH, sodium hydroxide and halogen, H2. Which haloform we want to form in the reaction? That H2 is dependent. If chlorine is taken, chloroform is obtained. If iodine is taken, iodoform is obtained. So therefore, when aldehyde or ketone that contain at least one methyl group, when heated with sodium hydroxide and halogen. The NaOX, that is sodium hypohalite. Sodium hypohalite is obtained, and that sodium hypohalite reacted with aldehyde and ketone. That sodium hypohalite that oxidizes aldehyde or ketone. So here thrice of NaOX obtained. Firstly, when aldehyde or ketone heated with NaOH and respective halogen. Then, in between the reaction of halogen and NaOH, the sodium hypohalite is obtained, and that sodium hypohalite oxidizes that aldehyde or ketone into corresponding carboxylic acid sodium salt and with the important product, that is halophone. So now what happened in the reaction? The breaking of this carbon-carbon bond takes place. Here the ONA get attached to this carbon. Here we obtain RCOONA. What we obtain? RCOONA. Here we know that there is a three molecule of NaOX. Out of these three, the ONA one get attached to the carbon. Here RCOONA is obtained. That oxygen having negative charge, sodium having positive charge. Therefore, sodium in the structure of corresponding carboxylic acid salt. Therefore, it is sodium salt of respective carboxylic acid. Sodium salt of respective carboxylic acid. Plus, what is remaining? That CH3. Out of that CH3, we take CH, remaining 2 hydrogen again. So CH plus how many halogen remains? 3. That 3 halogen and that CH from CH3. Here we obtain CHX3. That is respective haloform. It is depend upon which halogen is taken. We know if chlorine is taken, chloroform. That H2 is chlorine, chloroform. If H2 is iodine, iodoform. It may be iodoform. So what is remaining? Out of 3 sodium, 1 get attached in the carboxylic acid. 2 remaining, twice of sodium with twice of oxygen and twice of hydrogen. So therefore byproduct is twice of NaOH. 2 molecules of sodium hydroxide obtained as byproduct. Now that about the general reaction. So when aldehyde or ketone containing at least one methyl group, when heated with sodium hydroxide in presence of halogen, then reaction produces sodium hypohalite, which is oxidizes aldehyde or ketone into corresponding sodium salt of carboxylic acid and haloform. The haloform CHX3 is obtained as a product in the reaction. Therefore, reaction is called haloform reaction. If we are going to discuss the example for this process, from the aldehyde, for example, from the aldehyde HCOCl. Can this aldehyde take part in the reaction? Yes, because that contain methyl group directly attached to the carbon. Can formaldehyde show this reaction? No, because in the structure of formaldehyde there is no CH3. So acetaldehyde, yes, COCH3 for acetaldehyde, that can undergo this reaction because that contain this CH3 group attached to the carbon. When reacted with NaOH and halogen, then we know the thrice of NaOX, sodium hypohalite is obtained. Similarly as the general reaction. So here the breaking of that carbon and methyl group bond takes place, just like the general reaction. Here from thrice of NaOX, one ONA get attached to this carbonyl carbon. So here we obtain SCOONA. So this is the sodium salt of SCOOH for formic acid. Therefore, sodium salt of which carboxylic acid? Formic acid. So now what is remaining? That CH3. Out of that CH3 we take CH and that 3 halogen. So if H2 is chlorine, CHCl. If H2 is iodine, CHX3, that is CHI3, iodophore. So it is depend upon which halogen is taken. If chlorine, then CHCl3, iodine, then CHI3. Therefore chlorine, chlorophore, iodine, iodophore. So we can generally write here CHX3 plus the remaining choice of NaOH. Now that about the action of sodium hypohalide on acetaldehyde. Now you can prepare the example for acid. So homework for you: complete the action of that sodium hypohalide on acid. You have to complete this equation. What happened when acetone? So firstly, acetone can take part in this reaction. Yes, because it contains 2-methyl group. We want at least one. So complete this reaction. When NaOH plus H2 heated with acetone, their thrice of NaOX is obtained. But if you take here iodine, so here thrice of NaOI is obtained. So what is the product for this reaction? Which is your homework. What is the action of sodium hypoiodide? This is sodium hypoiodide on acetone, which halo form in the reaction, right? And tell me the answer for this reaction. Now that all over about the oxidation reaction of aldehyde and ketone, that is our fourth category of reaction. Firstly, we have discussed nucleophilic addition reaction of aldehyde ketone. Then we have discussed condensation reaction of aldehyde ketone. After that, we have third reaction we have discussed, that is reduction reaction. And now that about the fourth class of the reaction of aldehyde and ketone, that is oxidation reaction. After that fourth class reaction, only the two important reactions are remains. That is aldol condensation, so important reaction, aldol condensation, and one is Cannizzaro reaction. These two reactions we will discuss in the next video.